What's up, everybody? Still getting used to looking at the camera and doing these introductions. It feels so unnatural, but I feel it's gonna get more natural as time goes on. Anyways, enough with all this random talk. Gonna let you know what's in this video. We're gonna be basically summarizing the Tennessee Titans season. So the Titans, I can't really say they had a disappointing season. I mean, if you look at the second half, yeah, that was disappointing, but going into the season, if someone told you, yeah, the Titans aren't going to make the playoffs, would you really necessarily be shocked? Me personally, if someone told me that at the start of the season, I'd be like, well, yeah, I can see it. They don't have, they're in the AFC for one. I think we all thought the Colts were going to be a lot better than what they were. But you got up-and-coming Trevor Lawrence with Doug Peterson. You could see it. This team, their O-line's been declining for years. Their defense don't really have a particular special player. Vrabel's just great, so he gets the most out of these guys. Special teams, you're okay. Outside of the rookie Traylon Burks, you don't really have any offensive pieces now that A.J. Brown's gone. You really have a great coach and an all-time great running back, and that's all you have. And heck, I'm not even sure back in the day, back in the 80s, you could win with that. You're definitely not winning with that in 2023. It really just, it astonishes me what Mike Vrabel has been able to do with this team ever since he took over as head coach. He shows up. They have Marcus Mariota, who is a really good athlete, but not a special arm talent. He's not very accurate. Has a slight injury-prone tag to his name. Should bring in Ryan Tannehill to back him up, eventually make Tannehill the starter. But again, Tannehill, can't say he's much better. Tannehill's semi-athletic, slightly better arm than Mariota, slightly more accurate, but Tannehill's getting old. He's not very special. There's a reason Miami moved off him. Yet Mike Vrabel has gotten his team to the AFC Championship. He's gotten them the AFC's number one overall seed. And the AFC Championship was a while ago, but the AFC's number one overall seed, that was last year. I know they were a first-round exit, but still, to get the number one seed, they beat the Chiefs. And I think they beat them in Arrowhead, too. They beat the Buffalo Bills on Monday night. That stuff's hard to do. I don't care that it's regular season. It's hard to do. And Vrabel, a lot of it is Mike Vrabel. Now, I do worry he's a defensive coach, so I'm not sure he realizes the urgency at the quarterback position. He's just we can win with basically any guy. No, you can't. You need a really great quarterback now to contend. You at least need a tier 2 guy. I'll maybe do a separate video on my quarterback tiers, but in my opinion, you need a tier 1 or a tier 2 guy to win a Super Bowl. There's 5 tiers. Tier 1's elite quarterbacks that can carry franchises. Tier 2, they can't carry your franchise, but if they have some pieces around them, they are good enough to win you a Super Bowl. Tier 3, you're a starter, not good enough to win you a Super Bowl. Maybe if they're on a loaded roster, get some luck. Maybe, but I don't really think so. Tier 4, you're a backup. Tier 5, we don't know what you are yet. Either you're a rookie or you're a third-year quarterback that's been put in a horrible situation, sort of like Davis Mills. I can't really I feel like I can't really judge anyone or any quarterback that's on the Houston Texans right now. I can't judge Davis Mills, even if they move off Mills and they get Bryce Young or C.J. Stroud. I don't think I'm going to be able to properly evaluate those guys. That roster is horrible. So those are sort of my tiers, my quarterback tiers. And Mike Vrabel, was Josh Dobbs impressive? Yes, that's because he's Josh Dobbs. And none of us thought Josh Dobbs could do anything. Um, Josh Dobbs to me looks like he's a backup. I mean, he's obviously not a starter. I think we all knew that. But we were like, third string, can he even play in the league? Now you can play in the league, especially with that roster. You can play in the league for sure, but he's a backup. I mean, does he want to be a backup? Because, high IQ, for sure. He's also got, I think, a 5.0 GPA. So, but, yeah, there's rumors, I think, that Josh Dobbs might be in play for the Titans' Week 1 starting quarterback for the 2023 NFL season. And if that's so, somebody's going to pull Mike aside and be like, come on, Mike. Okay, this ain't good enough. I thought Malik Willis was good enough. I saw him in preseason, lived up to that hype as far as talent goes. Great arm, great athlete, sort of thick, didn't come from a big school, Power 5 Liberty, but they're independent. Nobody cares about sports at Liberty. Let's be honest. Apparently Willis isn't it. Tannehill, they might move off him. Dobbs definitely isn't it. So, yeah, I don't know. That's the quarterback situation for you. And one more thing I'd like to touch on is, King Henry, Derrick Henry. Everyone calls him King Henry because he's so great. It's rare that I would ever pay for a running back in today's league. I feel like if you have a good O-line and the running back's just average, you can win. All right, Miles Sanders, I don't consider to be an elite running back, but he's got Philly's offensive line. So, he can do that stuff. I'm trying to think of, some other guys. DeAndre Swift in Detroit, would he be that good without Detroit's offensive line? My guess is no. I may get pushback on this, but I think Derrick Henry is a top 5 running back all time. I go Walter Payton, Barry Sanders, Emmitt Smith, Jim Brown, and then Derrick Henry. He's a linebacker playing football. He's insane. He always when healthy, he always easily gets 1,000 rushing yards in a season. But I feel like week 8, he's already at 1,000 yards. The question with most running backs is, are they going to hit 1,000 yards? No, with him, the question is he going to hit 2,000 yards? He actually did that once. Became only like the 7th or 8th player in NFL history to rush for over 2,000 yards in a season. The dude is he's a freak. Now, the concerning thing is, I think he's going to go any year now. Not retirement necessarily, but running backs don't last long. I don't think he's got a lot of prime Henry left in him. Hell, he could be done now. This season, still give you 700, 800 yards, but I don't think he is what he used to be. He also got hurt, not this year. Maybe he had a minor injury this year, but I know he missed a ton of time last year when they got the number 1 seed, which is another thing that was so impressive. Vrabel had nothing, and he was still winning without King Henry. But yeah, you ask, where do the Titans go from here? And I don't really know. Tannehill's not it, Dobbs isn't it. I really would think give Malik Willis a fair shot, but it appears they don't like him. I don't know where this team goes. They're not going to be in a position to draft a quarterback. At least not one that's ready to play now. Anthony Richardson might be there, but he's not ready to play now. That kid he might be rawer than Malik Willis. Part of me says keep Tannehill for another year and draft Anthony Richardson, have Richardson sit behind him, but I don't know what they do. As far as quarterback, I don't know what they do. Obviously can rebolster the offensive line, get some receiver help for whoever the heck's playing quarterback for you. But yeah, I don't know. Major questions this offseason for the new GM, for Mike Vrabel, for Titans ownership on where they want to go at the quarterback position. It's going to wrap it up for this video. I'll have more content throughout the week. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and see you.